welcome to the channel. My name is Cypher.
And I'm Fox.
And we are the Northern Perspective, where we provide an anonymous and Canadian perspective of current events happening in the world today.
My husband and I have chosen to use virtual avatars due to the effect that the radical left is having on free speech here in Canada. And it's fueling a culture which destroys people's lives just for having an opinion that differs from what has been deemed as acceptable.
We have chosen to be a voice for truth because people must start pushing back against what is happening in Western society. Careers are being dismantled, lives are being destroyed, and the very fabric of society is becoming unraveled because of a loud minority on the left. They have deemed that everyone with a political view that is to the right of theirs is wrong and must be censored and destroyed. All of us have a voice, and we must start speaking out. At some point in the future, when we feel it is safe, we will share our identities so that we do not have to speak from the shadows any longer. We hope that day will come, but the journey begins here. We are asking you to take that journey with us, because this is also your story of how we regain the freedom and confidence to speak our minds and to challenge opinions without fear of retribution. If you politically lean to the right, you will find familiar opinions, but maybe some that challenge your own. If you lean left, we encourage you to keep an open mind and challenge your own beliefs.
To everyone, we encourage discussion in the comments and recommendations on current or even past topics that you would like to see discussed so that we can provide the Northern Perspective.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Northern Perspective.
Thank you all for being here. We are so excited to celebrate our 200 subscriber anniversary with all of you. Thank you so much for your support.
I was tearing up just waiting for the intro to finish. So, no, that intro is not going to be in front of every video. We would lose all of our 200,000 subscribers. So, and apparently someone wanted to join us for the festivities right at the beginning. So there you go. Anyway, seriously, thank you, everyone. When we started this journey, we never envisioned. It was hard to envision 1,000 subscribers. We were banking on a year for that to happen, and never mind. It's weird even saying it. 200,000 continuous people that subscribe to the channel. So. But as we say, if it weren't for you, there would not be a Northern Perspective. So, we thank you every day. We stay humbled every day. And that's why we never take vacations. We barely take any time off. Everything we get from this channel goes right back into the show. And, we're constantly looking ahead to what's next. When we embarked on the journey to build the new studio, because we outgrew the other one, it was very fast, but at some point we knew we were going to need the footage that we were taking while it was being built, and I'm glad we finally got to show it to everybody. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. And we have well, before we get into more thank yous, let's get to house rules first. Not that we should need it on this show, but we'll say them nonetheless.
So the house rules are the same three as always. Number 1, please respect each other and the show. And number 2, no selling, soliciting, or spamming in the chat. And number 3, please don't use profanity. For moderators this evening, we have Cujo from Northern Perspective, we have Juster from Northern Perspective, we have Dawn, and we have Barnaby as well. And just want to say thank you to our other moderators, William and I lost my train of thought. I'm too giddy right now. William and Randy as well. Just thank you everybody for being here and supporting us. We couldn't do it without you guys.
So we do want to get through some thank yous to some very influential people on Northern Perspective. First, but certainly not least, is Vesper / Ellie. He's a guy that kind of forced his way into our lives because he wanted to help after seeing our initial content, and help he did.
Not only does he believe in this country, but he believed in us too, and he was able to see things that we weren't even able to see in ourselves. He said, let me help you, and I can help you get rid of these god-awful puppets. And he made us the version 3 of the puppets, the ones that we used right before we started to go live. And just an absolutely wonderful human being, and we really could not have done this without you. So thank you very much, Ali.
Almost hung up on him when he said, I think you guys can get over 100,000.
We didn't believe him.
I said, okay, this guy is definitely trying some safe supply or something. But he's been proven right. Just so everyone understands the quality of the work that he does, I'm just pasting his website into the chat if you're interested. He is a very high-end designer, does excellent work, is phenomenal in 3D modeling, and
extremely talented.
Yeah, very, very talented guy. So thank you, Vesper / Ellie Mac. So next on the list is David Sweet, who I tell him it's his fault for all of this starting in the first place, because we were minding our own business, moving into our house in 2019, and then this guy with a cowboy hat came out of the house next to us, and he said, "Good afternoon." And I hate neighbors normally because
you're so introverted.
And I'm like, yeah, hi. And he's like, "I'm your member of parliament." I'm like, "What? You're my member of parliament?" "Yeah, my name is David Sweet." And that that chance interaction manifested into just hours and hours of conversations during the lockdowns. Nightly drinks. He's on his porch, I'm on my porch, and we talked politics, we talked the state of the world, and had some good disagreements, and it just prompted Tanya and I to start really thinking about what are we doing in this world, what are we doing in this country to try and change it. And at the time the answer was not really a heck of a lot, and eventually that manifested into Northern Perspective. So David Sweet with his wife Almut and his entire family, just wonderful, wonderful people. Next is Bob Bertina, who it was also a chance encounter via an email correcting us on when the riding of Hamilton East Stony Creek was actually liberal, and that just turned into a phenomenal friendship that has just progressed over the last year or so, and he's a true Canadian that just wants the best for this country, and again, doesn't care the color of the party. He just wants things to get better, and he's all for common sense. So thank you so much to Bob, and as well Dan McTeague, who we've had on the show a couple times, and he joined Bob with us on election night. Phenomenal Canadian, phenomenal individual, and is very pro oil and gas, as many of you know. So thank you very much, Dan. And that brings us to Marion. Marion has been helping us behind the scenes for over a year now, I think, and just a very, very sweet lady, amazing friend that she is, and she's always telling us, what else can I do? What else can I do? Because she sees how much we work. So we would not be able to do as much as we have been doing without her, and she's definitely a lifesaver. So thank you to her. And as we mentioned, she recently delivered birth to a wonderful, strong baby boy named Shepherd. So they're all doing very, very well, and we hope that continues. You've already done the moderators?
Yeah, so thank you again to our moderators. I don't think we can thank them enough for the work they do every Sunday night, and every time we have either a committee live stream or an election live stream. We really couldn't do this without you guys. Are amazing. Thank you so much.
So
go ahead.
And that brings us to Sophie. Sophie, she's an amazing young woman. She's very passionate, very energetic, has really high goals in life, and she's helped us in Ottawa with networking with some of the people on Parliament Hill. Don't want to say too much, but she's an amazing young lady, and has become a real true friend of us as well, and we make it a point to see her every single time we're in Ottawa. She's just a very charming, optimistic young lady, and that's the type of energy that we need in this country. So thank you so much, Sophie.
And thank you to our neighbor Ben, who watches the cats for us and the house for us when we're away in Ottawa, or when we're away doing interviews. He's occasionally watched Vincent for us as well. With this lifestyle that we've now found ourselves in, this podcasting lifestyle, if you will, we often have to drop everything and go rush off to a news event or an interview or something, and Ben's always there to help us out if we need a little extra help around the house. So thank you very much, Ben.
Mario for the North. I don't expect Mario to be watching tonight because I think one of our longest ballot videos, he said, was the longest he's ever watched a video on YouTube, so I don't expect him to be watching. He's a powerhouse when it comes to the short content, and he's a passionate Canadian as well. Does not do anything for money, so he can maintain completely independent. So that way it doesn't matter if he thinks people are going to disagree or agree with his message or not. He puts it out there knowing that there's not going to be any consequences for him, and that's really important for some of these stories that come out. So but since we met him in person at the opening of Emily Brown's campaign office during the election in Burlington, it's just been a pleasure to deal with him and speak with him. Very down to earth, very common sense, and a passionate Canadian. So thank you, Mario, and continue to do what you do.
And thank you to all of our friends at the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. We are always emailing them and asking for either interviews or information. They always make the time for us, and we really appreciate it. And we appreciate the work that you guys are doing. It's always research-based, it's always fact-based, and it's always in Canadians' best interest.
And next we have David Leese and the Frontier Centre for Public Policy, amazing think tank in Canada, non-partisan. They just want a better Canada, and they research and publish papers on policies that they think can help Canada and critique policies that they think that will not help Canada. And he's been on the show many times. Many of you have seen him, and many of you now know about the Frontier Centre for Public Policy as a result of him being on our show. So thank you, David, and I can't wait to see the work that you continue to do. And that brings us to John Carpe and the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms. We dropped an interview with John Carpe today on Bill C-9, as well as the JCCF's support in helping Chris Barber try to keep Big Red, his iconic truck from the Freedom Convoy that he's had since 2004. And they are involved in dozens of cases fighting for Canadians' rights and fighting against any infringement on their constitutional rights. So thank you so much to John and the JCCF and all of the lawyers that participate there.
And thank you to our families. Thank you for your support. Thank you for listening to us drone on about politics, even though maybe it's not the most interesting subject for you. But thank you for always being there, for always giving us a thumbs up on the videos. And special thank you to my Uncle Rick, who is the man that taught me pretty much everything I know about conservative politics. So thank you very much.
And we also want to thank our old EDA and our new EDA. So that's the old EDA of Flamborough Glanbrook. They are now Flamborough Glanbrook Brant North,
yeah.
and the riding of Hamilton East Stony Creek. So two powerhouse MPs, Stan Muse and Ned Curick, are from those EDAs, but the staff and everyone there at both EDAs, we've come to know them a lot, and again, just amazing Canadians working to make this a better country, and tirelessly optimistic, which is what we need. And all of the staffers that we've interacted with all of the parliamentarians, and these are the people that help schedule, that help wrangle the schedule of their parliamentarian down to fit things in, and even if it when it comes to a coffee or an interview or anything in between. We don't think they get enough credit, so thank you to all the staffers, for all the parliamentarians. You're the unsung heroes on Parliament Hill.
Thank you to Harmony Basements, who created this space that we're working in. You guys saw them working very hard at the beginning of the video, and it was great to be able to make our own studio, and you'll see in the studio tour later, because we were able to ask for special things, like there's wires running through the ceilings and through the walls, and everything connects to where we need it to, and it made everything just
anything
perfect.
they asked for, they may have cocked their head, not understanding the reason for it at one point, but they said, yeah, we can do that. So it was amazing to have their support. And
it just helps the show run so much smoother.
Yeah. So Diego, Roy, and the rest of the folks there, amazing, just absolutely amazing. No is not in their vocabulary. There's two more groups that we need to thank. One is a company called Art Signs, and this is Adam and his brother and his whole family. They're based out of Hamilton, I believe, and they made this amazing sign behind us, and the one at the interview set. So quality work. It's a family business, Canadian owned and operated. Again, everybody knows that's one of our core values here is to leverage Canadian whenever we can, and they absolutely knocked it out of the park and then some. So thank you so much to them. And last but certainly not least, at the very top, is all of you. People that have been with us since the beginning, who tolerated the puppets.
But you could all see how awful they were at the beginning of the
who then tolerated the cartoons and everything in between. You stuck with us because you saw what we saw, which was, it's not about us, it's about the content and the information. And, that's really what was important. And everyone that has joined for the ride since, we cannot do this without you. I cannot emphasize that enough. We cannot do this without you. And just by clicking on a video and watching it and liking it and sharing it, we cannot do it without people doing that. And the fact that people do that on a regular basis with such frequency and veracity is humbling, to say the least. One of our latest videos on committee and the parliamentary budget officer has been viewed over 237,000 times. And that's hard for a long form video. Long form videos are very hard to get lots and lots and lots of views. But the fact that so many of you responded to the request to share it and put it out there, that's what happens. People see it, people get visibility, and now people know what is actually really going on with our finances. So thank you so much, everybody who's joined us along the way. Proud to report the channel has passed 100 million views lifetime. So that's another massive accomplishment. So thank you, everybody, for clicking on those videos. And here's to the next 100,000, right? Here's to the next 100,000. So want to make sure that I am where I'm supposed to be. Oh yeah. So before we get into some of the administrative items, which is the super chats, some of you have already found them, which I'm glad. But to all of the members, there are brand new emoticons that you can use, or emojis rather, that we added. So the first one that we added is Randy Boissonneau, or the other Randy. We also added the Northern Perspective logo, the retro Northern Perspective logo, and all of the previous cartoons and avatars that we actually have used, because we had requests for that. So we wanted to make sure that we were adding something permanent to everybody to use. So members get enjoy that, and we're going to be on the lookout for some more emoticons. So, and
we've also added Northern Perspectives Governor General and Parliamentary Page Boy. So if you're a member, you can find emoticons of our cats in there as well.
Maybe I shouldn't have added Randy, because I think we're going to see him a lot. Oh, wait a minute, Randy.
Randy, have you been hanging out with Randy?
Anyway, okay. Let's get into some of these amazing super chats here. So Donnie's going to keep me honest.
I will, absolutely.
Or keep YouTube honest.
Yeah.
Gibbs Salisbury for 279. Awesomeness. Thank you very much for that. And Team Bill and Dar and Sandy Kushner, welcome back to NP Supporter. Thank you very much. Norm Kelly for $5. Congratulations. Thank you. Libby T, great to see you for $10. Congratulations on 200,000. Thank you. Kat Albrecht, Matt V, falling in May, all joining NP Supporter. Thank you very much. Ron Nimier, member for 15 months. Thank you very much for sticking around. Congratulations. Great to see. Thank you so much. Alice Avonlea, long time member of MP Nation, for $10. Thoughts are free. Who can guess them? They fly by like nocturnal shadows. No one can know them. No hunter can shoot them. And so it will always be. Thoughts are free. H.H. von Fallersleben, 18th century. Thank you very much for that. Alice always bringing very insightful quotes. Lawrence Neal for $20. Congratulations on 200K. Well deserved indeed. All your hard work, honesty, attention to detail, and outstanding reporting with integrity is definitely getting noticed. Thank you very much. And following that up with another $5. Thank you. Your information integrity is far above the CBC, as human biology is above the amoeba.
Thank you.
I'll use this one.
You guys are going to love this one.
There you go.
Canadian Amoeba Corporation. I don't know.
I guess. Whiffers SS for a $50 super doge. Thank you so much for that. Very much appreciated. Rick Liard, member for 15 months. Congrats on 200K. You should have 30 million. You deserve it. I will donate 20 memberships when you get to 2,000 likes. Well, we're 72 away. If I am sleeping before you reach that, I will do it tomorrow. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. And Capitalist Spy for $2.79. Thank you very, very much with the behind the scenes super sticker. And we're not done with behind the scenes, folks. So we're just getting started.
We sure are.
Grover, welcome to NP supporter. Thank you very much. Kim Allen, member for 21 months, 200K. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Kim. And she's following that up with $14 super chat. Congratulations. Thank you so, so much. Jessica Van Luke, probably one of the most excited people for this stream because she was counting down every hour from 24 hours ago, except when she got to sleep. And we know when she woke up because it started at 13. So that was amazing to see. Thank you so, so much, Jessica.
Thank you.
Congrats, Ryan and Tanya, on 200K. Let's hope we can get you to 300K by New Year's Eve. That would be
a feat. So we got to 100,000 almost this exact time last year.
Yeah, we are, I think, 3 days early.
Yeah, and that took about, a year and 9 months. And then it's been a year to get the other 100,000 to up to 200. So we'll see. I guess maybe we should start a betting pool as to when the next 100,000 might be.
I only bet when I know I'm going to win. So.
Yeah.
I never thought we get to 100,000, never mind
No,
200,000, never mind 3. Rob Barkhouse, remember for 21 months. Congratulations, finally made it to 200K. Been a bit longer than it should have been, but nonetheless, we're finally here. Yes, we certainly are. Autistic Avenger, there he is for $2. Happy 200K, lovebirds. 338 polls starting to swing. Yes, they are.
They sure are.
Yes, they are. And we have Devil's Dog for 8 months. Thank you very much. All sorts for $14. Integrity begets success. Congrats and bring on 300K. Amen to that.
Thank you very much.
Mumblin' May, there she is. Member for 18 months. Congratulations on 200K. So happy for you guys. You've come a long way. Thank you very much. All the member comments coming in now. Wesley Snipes Kitchen, member for 17 months. Congrats on the milestone. Thank you. Brian Blingy, member for 20 months. Congrats, Ryan and Tanya. Hi, all MP Nation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Paladin Phil, Speaker of Tales, member for 21 months. Proud to be part of this journey. Keep it up, and we're proud to have you. Thank you very much. Van Shank Guitars, member for 9 months. Very nice intro. Thank you very much. I would hope Van Shank Guitars liked our intro. I would hope.
That had some good guitar riffs in it.
Yep. Rebus Ace for $5. 200K. Woot woot. Raises a glass of cider from Barnaby from Northern Perspective. Congrats. There you go.
Thank you.
And Anubis Hades, great job on 200K. Came to celebrate with you guys tonight over my gaming channel I watch nightly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brian's a big gamer, so he knows what a sacrifice
I
that
understand.
is.
I understand. Question for everyone. Will the budget pass on November 4th? Yes.
Yeah, I think it will because the NDP they don't have a leader right now. So
the NDP need a leader, and the Conservatives need the NDP to ensure they win the next election.
And it's too risky right now. If we go to an election right now, the Liberals could get a majority.
Yeah, it's possible.
So
it's very possible.
We need to be careful.
It would look worse if the Conservatives voted down the government, because all you would hear during the campaign right now is, see, the Conservatives prevented us from actually building Canada. It's their fault. So next spring, it'll be a different story. And Monique Carrier, member for 19 months. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Monique. Thurika, member for 14 months. 200K. Congrats. Party time. Winter election. Let's go. Spring.
We're betting spring or summer. At least that's what we've been hearing with everybody that we've been talking to recently. So we shall see. I
would actually bet money that the election won't come until after the NDP get their leader. That's what
and that's at the end of March.
Mike, TV dub, member for 2 months. No rap music on the intro, winning. And Stephen Epp for $2. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the 200K. Well deserved. Thank you very much. Women Hauling Oversize. There you are. For $7. Congratulations. Been with you from the beginning, and my whole family listens. Blessings to MP. Thank you so much. And happy trails. Matthew B, member for 8 months. Well done, and thank you for all you're doing. My son has also been watching and likes what you're doing. Excellent. Thank you very much, Matthew, and Matthew's son. Louise Gowanlog, member for 23 months. Thank you very much. It's been a journey thus far. Congrats, MP. Thank you very much. Thank you. Antonio G for $20. Congrats on reaching 200,000 subscribers. I believe that either the Bloc or NDP will both abstain from voting on the budget. What are your thoughts on this? By the way, awesome new intro. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So this is a very interesting theory that somebody brought to us, I believe, by email today, and I hadn't previously given it much thought. But then my uncle kind of said something along these lines too. And it was that the NDP aren't going to want to vote for austerity, but they can't really afford another election right now, so that they may abstain, so that the Bloc and the Conservatives, if they vote down the budget, it's still not enough to outnumber the Liberals. So it's a very interesting theory, and I guess we're going to have to wait and see.
It's going to be too early to go. I would be shocked. I would be shocked if the government fell.
But in this case, the NDP might abstain rather than voting for or against, because they don't want to vote austerity, but they can't go to election either.
And Mike Small for $5. Woohoo! More guitars. There you go. Peter Witten for $5. Wonderful day in the township of Chatsworth. It was the grand opening of the Chatsworth Agricultural Society by Patterson Pavilion. Amazing. Carol Riom for dropping 5 memberships. Thank you very much for that, Carol. Peter Witten for $10. Many dignitaries in attendance, including MP Alex Ruff and MPP Paul Vickers. The sun was shining in Grey County today, and we hit 200K. Let's rock this MP nation. Amazing. Thank you so much, Peter. Dan S. for $2. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Dan. SK for $10. You deserve all of your success and accomplishments. 2 sincere patriots, a political voice to be reckoned with, beautiful parents, and powerful Canadians. May God bless you and yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We really appreciate that.
Falling in May, dropping 5 memberships. Thank you very much for that. And Negus Jubo, you're not in relation to Steven, are you? For $20. I retract that. At 17:21:57, meeting 3 of CHPC, Jobo was asked if he was leaving in October. He quoted the Ferengi rule of acquisition 190. Hear all, trust nothing. I think he meant rule 98. If you can't take it with you, don't go.
Look at the profile pic.
I love it.
Amazing.
Now Negus Jobo makes sense. Because he's not the Grand Negus, but he is a Negus. Amanda Ventresca for $7. Just saw the announcement on the digital ID in the UN. I assume we are one of the 193 countries. I assume we are one of the 93 countries. We will see. A lot has to happen for that to happen. Just me, Nicole for $5. Let's go, guys. We need more likes. Congrats, both of you. Thank you. Rusty Shackelford, man, for 13 months. Congrats on 200,000 subs. Thank you. Will Kowchuk for $2. That was awesome. So happy for you and MP Nation. Thank you very much. Falling in May for $20. Congrats, NP. You've earned it. Looking forward to seeing you at the next milestone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Diane, go ahead.
We have Richard Kerr, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, with a $70 super chat. Thank you very much. It says, wonderful news. Let's go for 500K next.
Thank you so much, Richard.
Thank you. We
very
really
much
appreciate that.
Diane Doyle went for 12 months. Congrats on 200,000. Watch every day. Amazing. Jim Ross for $25 didn't start viewing until the second version of Cypher and Fox. Found you were way more balanced than the MSM and most YouTube channels. Once you revealed yourselves, you became my trusted parliamentary source. Onwards and upwards. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope everybody understands why we used the avatars to begin with. But, I like being out and free a lot more than I did using the avatars, except for the fact that I'm constantly spending all this time on hair and makeup. But,
well, if you haven't watched our episode with the thumbnail, The Cost of Truth, that explains it. So
well, and it's so much nicer just to be able to interact with people when we go to events, like when we're at EDA events, or even when we're just walking around Ottawa. We ran into so many amazing Canadians. It was wonderful. I love it.
I would never have gotten the guidance to protect my head from the Calgary sun if we were still using avatars, so I very much appreciate that. Scott Ballinger, welcome to NP supporter. Thank you very much. And Jaguar90 for $5. Congratulations. Thanks for the hard work you provide, the top political news and that we need to know. And Damien McNeil for $5. Hey, NP Nation, let's all celebrate by sending $1 to this fine couple and their family if you have it to give. Thank you very much. Don't feel obligated, folks, because we know it's tough.
We have Nandi, which I think I might know who that is. I do. It's my mom. It says 200 for 200. Give Houdini a hug for me.
Thank you so
Mom.
much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope you are enjoying the show so far. I mean, none of this is behind the scenes for you because you've seen it all.
Yes.
Thank you.
Gordon Meir, member for 17 months. Thank you so much, Gordon. Really big support of the channel. Congratulations on 200K subs. Next stop, 300K. And
Thank you.
Amanda Vantreska for 14. I haven't been here for a while. My son has been a victim of catch and release program. It's a miracle that he's alive. He got his throat cut in
my
Toronto. Oh my
gosh.
goodness, his throat cut wide open in Toronto.
Oh my goodness.
I hope everything.
I'm so sorry.
I hope everything is okay. I really, really hope everything is okay. So, fingers crossed. Daphne Devine, member for 27 months. One of the OG live stream participants. Good to see you, Daphne. Congratulations on another milestone. Thank you so much. Glad to have you here for it. Kathy Hermanson for $5. Woohoo! Congratulations. Thank you so much. And Grover for $7. Congrats on 200K, guys. You guys in Jasmine Lane are the only ones especially go to. Thank you so much for that. And Elizabeth Matheson for $5. Hurrah! And love guys just joined and watching from the Peace Country, Alberta. Amazing. Thank you very much.
YouTube's skipping a bunch of them again, so I will go with what I have. Thank you to Gina with a $20 super chat. It says, heading back to Alberta from Arizona, you guys have been keeping me amazingly updated whilst away. Thank you for everything you do from a mother and Governor General of kids on the spectrum. I wish I could donate more. Thank you so much for your generosity. We really appreciate it.
Okay. Anyone else?
Looks like Stephen Vitorino with a $14 super chat. It says Liberals are back on the desperation talking points, examples, school food program, dental care, child care, and gun crime. So you know Pierre is on the right track. I'm just waiting on the abortion talk. Yeah, that's what's next. It's always the abortion talk, women's rights, and then gay rights and LGBT rights, etc. And then, you know, oh, you guys don't want kids to have school food. You know, there was a thing going around on Twitter that was Scheer and Pierre talking and laughing across the aisle while the Liberal was talking about the school food program. And they were trying to say, like, look at these guys, you know, they don't care about kids for school. If you've ever been in the House of Commons, they will heckle across the aisle to each other while somebody is speaking, and that is more than likely what was going on in that case. So it wasn't that they didn't care about the school food program; it's that they were slinging barbs at the guy across the aisle.
Selective clipping on the Conservatives? Say it ain't so. So.
We have Derek Macbeth with a $240 super
Holy
chat.
moly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Derek.
It says, of course, we wanted to catch from the beginning. I was so excited to see this. I'm watching from vacation in the Yucatan of Mexico. I can't wait. LOL, just realized YouTube is showing my super chat amount in Mexican pesos. Okay. Oh, it is too. Okay.
Okay.
That's so cool. Thank you so much that you tune in for Mexico and take a bit of time for us on your vacation.
Thank you so much. That's commitment. Thank you.
Next one is from Grover. It's a $7 super chat. It says, congrats on 200K. You guys and Jasmine Lane are the only ones, especially I go to.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
So I think,
are we caught up now? Next one should be Elizabeth.
Yeah, and I got that one.
We got that
Okay.
one? Okay.
All right, so we're going to take a little pause there, and we will come back to them. Don't worry. So one of the things that that people asked us for a long time was for the merchandise, and before we needed to, we kind of resisted from doing that just because we didn't want it to be about, or we didn't want to give the impression that we were doing this for the financial reasons. You know, we wanted to make sure that people knew that we were doing this for
Canada,
and to educate people. And then once everything happened with my now non-job, you know, we needed to look at diversifying and making sure that we were making enough to cover bills and also our son's therapy and everything in between. So we much to the delight of many people, we did launch our merch line, and we were very, very careful with who we actually went with. There's many different places that do this for YouTubers, and you know, no shade thrown at any of those companies, but we wanted to make sure that if we were going to use a merchandise company, we wanted to have it in Canada if possible, and thankfully we were able to do that. Many of you have taken advantage of that and have seen that in almost all cases the merchandise that you get is high quality, it's well made, and it's it's really worth every penny in my humble opinion. So we thought it would be interesting to see if we could get a behind the scenes look, not at Northern Perspective, but at the actual manufacturer who actually makes the merchandise. So we called them up, and they were only too gracious to do so. So we were able to get a video tour of the entire facility just down the road from us in Oakville, Ontario. And now you get to see a little piece of this. So here you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, to celebrate our 200,000 subscriber episode, we are here at Entropy. We are here at Slate. This is the owner of Entropy, Manny, and he has been gracious enough to take us on a tour in the production facilities where all of our merchandise is made. You can see the quality and see that it's Canadian made, which is so important to Northern Perspective. Manny, thanks for joining us here today.
Oh, thanks for coming. Welcome to the Entropy headquarters here in Oakville, Ontario, Canada. I'm delighted for you guys to see the back end and all your subscribers and stakeholders see how everything is done and how automated the process is to get all your amazing swag out to your customers.
Absolutely, and one of the things that our customers always say is they are so impressed with the quality, which was really, really important to us. We went through a couple of different vendors to decide who we were going to partner with, and based on the quality, the shipping time, and the fact that it was definitely in Canada and Canadian made, that made all the difference to us. So it's quality first, and that's one of our values at Northern Perspective.
Well, thank you very much. I think you've hit all the key points there. We are super proud to be Canadian. My brother and I kind of started this as a high school project when we were 17 years old. I know I'm dating myself right now.
Did you get an A?
Yeah, definitely. I did get an A. Probably the only A we got. We got an A, and my parents were like, what are you guys doing? We're like, we're going to go in the clothing business. And like, what? What is that? And my family was from the pizza industry, so totally different from food to custom clothing. But what we realized at the time was there were so many fragmented small mom and pop shops in the 90s that were just not doing custom clothing as we felt you needed to do to scale up. And one of the things was a lot of people were just kind of outsourcing everything to everyone. And what we decided to do was, hey, if we're going to do this, we're going to take care of pre-production, production, logistics, distribution, and pumping technology into a Canadian-made product for our end users. And Slate is one of our, our pilot kind of projects that we did with Shopify integration, which you're on. And you were one of the first adopters of it. And we wanted to try a widget where influencers and stakeholders and people that want to create their own merchandise could create it in Canada, because there's a lot of other print-on-demand platforms out there that are made in the US or made overseas that don't have the wherewithal of production. So we internally with our dev team ourselves created Slate, integrated to all these amazing machines that you're going to see here, and that's why we're able to do it quick turn, high quality, and a great cost because we do everything in-house. 85 to 90% of all t-shirts in the market are screen printed. Why? It's the fastest, most economical way to produce in volume. The Rock machines are like the Rolls Royce of screen printing. This is a 14 head machine. So every head here, every arm, literally demonstrates one color that needs to be on the machine. Curing is key to not having anything crack. Because you're on different, and what we do is that if you're on 100% cotton or a poly fabric, a tri-blend or 100% polyester, each garment has a different curing rate, right? So the speed the belt goes, the temperature could range from 300 to 350 degrees to cure that ink. Because we do a lot of R&D and research on it, we know exactly how is it going to go and why it won't crack over time. We can't have outdated equipment. Having outdated equipment just slows the whole process down, and when you're trying to be quick to market and quick for your clients, because everyone wants, it's a now generation, Ryan. Everyone wants things now. They don't want to wait, they don't want commercials, they want to see it, they want to review it.
They want Netflix.
They want Netflix right now. So we are basically the Netflix of custom clothing. That's basically what it is. You want it, you get it right now. This is probably around 50,000 stitches. This would have taken, I don't know how many garments are, this probably would have taken, I would say, half an hour to 45 minutes to do. This is now cut in half.
Wow.
At 20 to 15 minutes. Getting
double your throughput.
Double our throughput. Hey!
Hey, look at that.
Perfect. Look at that. Amazing.
So this will tell you exactly the colors we're going to use. Same thing. The PO, the proof ID, the work order number. This is going 1,000 rounds per minute. What the total stitch count is. This is 7,800. So this is like less than 8 minutes. This will be done. But every stop, it has to trim what? It'll have to trim
The thread after the letter.
Have to let it thread.
So stop the letter, trim
Boom.
the thread, and then off it goes. Amazing.
And then all of our, so this is kind of what our internal system called Verus that that no one else, we produce ourselves in-house, that connects everything together. So the proof is what you've seen, and this is where it keeps track of every single thing in the lifeline, even if it's one item. All the checks and balances that go through to get that one product out. It's just not, let's just slap it on the machine and throw it out. No, it needs to be checked and balanced everywhere through. And if there's an issue, we know there's an issue. You guys are probably the best. You guys are, I think, the top store on Slate in North America. Keep supporting. And it's because of you guys and giving the feedback of what's working, what doesn't working, and your viewers and your customers as well, that we're able to be better. And we're able to try. So don't afraid to test us. We love tests. We will get it right. Maybe not on the first time, but we'll get it right and we'll get a process made for it.
Well, and this is all thanks to our customers at Northern Perspective. You guys have been the ones that have been, ordering this merchandise. This is why we hear people that have no association with Northern Perspective around the country, saying every political rally I go to, I see Northern Perspective merch everywhere. So thank you everybody for supporting us. You're supporting Northern Perspective as a proudly Canadian organization, and you're supporting Entropy and Slate as a proudly Canadian organization. So Manny, thank you so much for this, and
Pleasure, man. Thank
we
you very much.
look forward to the next print.
So we hope you enjoyed that behind the scenes tour at Entropy. They're the parent company of Slate, and we use Slate for our merchandise. I saw a few comments in the chat. They are licensed by the NHL, I believe the Toronto Raptors as well, and various other big organizations to make their merch for them. That's under their Entropy banner. And then small companies like Northern Perspective will use their Slate banner to make customized merch for our YouTube.
And it's because they can make it so quickly.
And I think they're like the biggest in Canada, aren't they?
I think so. I think they're one of the biggest in Canada for corporate. And Slate was kind of a new startup for them, using the same infrastructure to do the more custom, more on demand, the one-offs.
Like, yeah, the one at a time type merchandise.
So it was absolutely amazing to be able to go there, and they were doing fairly well because they moved into a new warehouse. They'd actually outgrown the other one, similar to us, in outgrowing our studio. So that is a new space, and there's a bunch of space for them to expand further and grow. The whole tour was around an hour long, and we are going to be releasing that as a members only video once it's done editing. It's an hour long, so it is a bit, but you go through every station, every process. So, but we wanted to give you just a quick tour on that because
it was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And they're doing great stuff there. We'll show you momentarily. We've had some feedback for them, and they've been able to put it into production. It's
and how
awesome.
cool was it that we actually saw one of our products on?
Yeah, that
the
was a
machine.
total fluke because we had discussed maybe trying to set it up to do that, and the answer was kind of like, well, they just kind of come in as they come in. So we're like, oh, okay, no big deal. But just luck would have it, we happened by the embroidery machine when they were doing a zip-up sweater,
Which was amazing. So hopefully nobody had got any motion sickness from the embroidery
the camera
machine.
work. That was me.
So anyway, folks, that leads us into the rundown for the show is very long. So
We just don't want to miss anything. We want to make sure we get it properly tonight.
So that leads us into some announcements about merch. Kokodani, are you listening? He's always asking for more merch. He's like, I'm out. I have everything. So anyway, we have some new merchandise coming to the store. And one of the things that we are actually really excited about is Slate actually brought in some new winter headgear. So this is the toque that they actually brought in. So they're really cool, and we actually have a couple samples.
We do have the samples.
Right here.
So here, you hold one up. There you go.
So they're nice and warm. They're well made.
And this was an item that we had initially requested way back when we started with Slate. I think it was in July of last year. They only had the hats without the little pom-poms on the top. And we had gotten a few questions about having them with the pom-poms. And I had asked Jennifer, is our contact at Slate, and she said, no, we don't have anything yet, but we'll make a note of it. And they finally got some, and they look so cute, and I cannot wait for winter. I don't like winter, but this year I can't wait for winter so that I get to wear my new hat.
Next. We have a Northern Perspective Maple Leaf t-shirt that was designed as part of our next announcement, which we will announce shortly. But again, designed by local Canadian designer from Create and Kali Gadori, and she is just phenomenal in her t-shirt design. So that's that is available now.
So that comes in the men's t-shirt size, the women's V-neck, which is like what I'm wearing, so kind of scoops down, and then also a hoodie. We are actually looking at making toques like this with the red and the black for that, but we don't have any samples and they're not available on the website yet, as well as the zipper hoodies. But again, we don't have them on the website yet. We like to check the embroidery to make sure everything looks the way we want it before we start selling it to everybody.
Next, really excited about this. Next, during the tour, we were talking to Manny about, why we were doing the tour and the 200K. And one of the things that we asked him about is, can you make a shirt for us for the 200K? And what we'd decide on was that we were going to partner with them. Slate is going to cover the cost for 10 shirts that we are going to have a draw for. So this is going to be a draw for a limited edition series number t-shirts, and we're going to be doing 10 of them, and this is what they look like. So it's the mountain logo with fireworks on it, with the 200K Northern Perspective, and that's Tanya's signature, and that's my signature. And then what you can't see is on the sleeve it will say 1 of 10, 2 of 10, up to 10 of 10. If we can put the link into the chat, that would be great.
Oh, do you need me to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, stand by.
I want to make sure that I go back to here because I'm on the wrong.
Okay, guys, so this is going to be the link to enter the giveaway. So go check that link out. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat as soon as my computer behaves. And we're going to run that for a week, Ryan.
Yeah, so this is where it's going to take you, either on your phone or on your PC. And it is open as of now. We are running it until next Saturday at midnight. And you must be a Canadian resident just for shipping purposes, and 1 entry per household, if you please. You won't necessarily have a choice, but 1 entry per household. And we are asking some specific information because this is information that Slate needs if you win in order to send it to you. So we need your full name, your email address so we can communicate with you, your physical mailing address. Please ensure that this is not a PO box, and your shirt size. And there's a skill testing algebraic question there to
make sure that you're not a bot.
Yeah, to make sure that you're not a bot. And once you hit enter giveaway, boom, you are entered in. So that is something that we are really happy that Slate is partnering with us on. We really appreciate that, and you will get essentially a one-of-a-kind, once in a lifetime shirt from Northern Perspective. And
1 of 10, and that's it.
Yeah.
We're not making any more. We are not going to be using the design for anything else.
We're not even going to wear it. So,
but if you do want a 200K celebration shirt, we did make another design. Actually, Holly made the design. She did a phenomenal job, and it was really tough for us to choose which one we were going to use for the giveaway and which one we wanted to use for the shop. But we do have another one, Ryan.
Yep. I'm doing the wrong thing here.
Yes, you are.
Hold on. I have 2 computers and it can be a little challenging, so I'm going to paste the link again here.
Okay, so the link is at the top of the chat. It's in the pinned bar. Depending on if you've got light or dark mode on, it'll be either in the white box or the blue box, and that's right at the top of the chat. And we will be putting that in our on our community after.
So, I've seen a couple of questions on this. How can we ship the merchandise without Canada Post? Because we don't use Canada Post.
They use UPS.
Slate uses UPS, so that's why we ask for no PO box, because it will go to the closest distribution center to your home, or if you're in the area where UPS can deliver right to your door, they will do so. So, Canada Post strike does not impact this at all. So where I was supposed to go as I was pasting that is this. So Tanya can continue.
So this is the t-shirt that we've designed and is available on our shop right now to celebrate our 200K. It's also got our signatures on it, and it is in front of Parliament. It's got some fireworks to celebrate We're really excited about this. It comes in the unisex shirt, which you can see there. It comes in the women's V-neck, and it also comes in a hoodie.
So that will be a limited run. So we're going to run that until the end of the year. So you have lots of time to get it. So as long as you place your order before 11:59 on December 31st of 2025, then you'll be able to get one of those. So we wanted to give people lots of time to plan for that, to order that, Christmas gifts, whatever you like. But that's going to be a limited run 200K, and after that, will not be up there anymore. So anyway, wanted to do some neat things just for the merch, and we do have some more t-shirt designs coming, but we wanted to have some for tonight. So hopefully everybody likes that. So and that way, if you want one of those shirts with our signature, you can get the Parliament one, it's a pretty nice shirt.
Like I said, we were having a really tough time deciding whether to go with the Mountain one or the Parliament one for the giveaway. So they're both very beautiful shirts designed by Holly. So,
okay, going back to some of the administrative items. So let's see if YouTube is going to play tricks on me again. I have no doubt that it will. Oh, there's a bunch that are like out of order or something. Okay. Let me see. Oh, it put up the ones that it was missing before.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Here
Thanks,
we go.
YouTube.
Partly retartly. Amazing. With a super doge. Thank you very much for $3. Snow 181 for $5. Congrats on 200K. You and your tireless hard work deserve it, and so much more. Cheers to many more years and all the success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And Catherine English for $50. Thank you so much, Catherine. Thank you for getting me interested in politics and understanding how it works. You make it fun. Thank you.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. Thank you.
And Trish Perot for $279. Congratulations. Took me a few shows to get used to live. Oh.
Yeah, same with us. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, especially when you just see these static figures sitting there going the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, much better now.
And Jigare90, welcome to NP Support. Thank you very much. Autistic Avenger for $2. Ryan, did you see the Wolverine game trailer? I did not. Groom
Ryan's
Greybeard.
been doing a lot of editing the last few days.
Yeah, like a lot. Today I think I did 5 videos, and that's a lot. 2 a day is a lot. Grim Greybeard, member for 13 months. Congratulations on 200,000. Thank you so much for that. And Mike St. Jean, member for 20 months. Congrats on 200K. As Spock would say, live long and prosper.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, there we go. That's better. And Carla S., member for 19 months. I've noticed independent media not covering the UCP government and what they are doing to AISH recipients come next July.
So we typically stick within the federal realm. Unfortunately,
we don't have the time.
Yeah, it's outside of our scope to do provincial things. Sometimes we venture into the Ontario provincial stuff just because we live here, so we understand it. But we just don't have the capacity to do anything outside of federal.
Unfortunately. J. Ann Palladino, what member for 7 months? I love you guys, Vincent and Pixel 2. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stickman SK for $10. Congrats on 200K. We've been watching since Puppets version 2. Love the new set.
Thank you.
I love the chronology that people have. I actually do when they say I've been watching since version 1, version 2, version 3.
Because we know roughly when it is, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It gives us a timeline, so we know exactly when. Deb H1 1960, member for 12 months. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Deb. Adam Canadian for $5. Love you guys. Congrats for all your success. So proud to call myself member of NP Nation. I've seen and liked every single video. Excellent.
Thank you very much. That's quite a feat because I think there's close to 1,000 of them in there.
1,100. 1,100 now. And some of them aren't up there anymore. DIY Warren for $7. Thinking how we will look back on this live with fondness after we've all lost internet access. After we've all need to get VPN, right? CP Holidays, member for 20 months. Congrats on 200K. Will we see a winter election if the budget fails? Probably not, as we covered that earlier. We're probably going to see if the government is going to fall, a spring or summer election. NDP leadership race will finish first before there's an election. I would put my money on it. Lima Sierra for $14. Is your guitar riff available to download for iPhone ringtone? I don't believe so, but we do get our music from a licensing site called Upbeat, and I believe that's in the description of our videos. If you go to the bottom, you'll be able to see it there.
Yeah, we do pay a small fee for it, but is it free for personal use or?
Some are not.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in looking it up, it's actually called Night Thunder, and I believe the artist is Abinoise. I think that's what it is. But the actual Northern Perspective theme is called Night Thunder. Marion Drinkwalter, member for 3 months. Congratulations to both of you and the admins. So glad I found your puppets all those months and months ago.
Thank you.
And Terry Greer, Freedom Froggy, welcome to NP supporter. Welcome back, I should say. Thank you very much. March for $5. Congratulations on 200K. You guys are my number one go-to for Canadian politics. Keep up the amazing work.
Thank you very much.
That's what we love to hear. Thank you. G is on 007 for $5. Wow, I came on board at 70,000 and am so pleased to see you at 200,000. You are the real deal when it comes to being Canadian, and here's to 300K. Thank you so
very much.
Brenda R for $50. Thank you so much. Congratulations on 200K. We love Northern Perspective. I appreciate all your great work. Thank you. Linda Davies. I know that last name. For $14. Congratulations. We will be here for the next 100,000. Thank you. Thank you very much. Norm Nicholson, member for 23 months. Norm's been around. He's one of the OGs as well. Well done, my friends. Hard work pays off. And it's damn hard work, let me tell you. Lost Art, welcome to NP supporter. Thank you very much. Kim Jong-un for $2. Love you as much as my wife, Cash Jones. Amazing.
Sorry, I had to look away for a second. Did you get the one from Linda Davies? Yep, awesome.
Daniel Legault and Lib Polypricks, welcome to NP supporter. Thank you very much. David Clark for $7. Thank you.
And I think YouTube skipped this one. It's from A Lady Loves Cats. It's a $100 super chat. Thank you very much. It says, congratulations, Ryan and Tanya. Heck of a journey. Absolutely, it has been
so much. And it was amazing to finally meet you in person.
Yes, it was. I think, when we started this back in, what was it, January of 2023,
Yep.
we were like, okay, maybe within the first year we'll be able to get to 1,000 subscribers, and maybe we can do this and that and blah blah blah. We never imagined that we would be where we are. We never imagined that we would be, going to Parliament and sitting there in the gallery and like Pierre Poilievre would be waving at our son. It's just wild.
It's insane.
It's absolutely wild.
It's insane. And but we're so grateful that people think we're worth tuning into. Like it's a humbling thing.
Well, and above and beyond that, we're just happy that there are so many like-minded Canadians that we're able to speak to and to meet, and that we can all do great things together. And that's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. I mean, we have so many people emailing us and telling us, here on the shows that I joined my EDA because of you. I'm on the board because of you. I'm thinking of becoming a delegate because of you. And that's just amazing, because this is how we make change.
And Manawa Miss for $10. I had my passport photo taken later on. Realized I was wearing my Northern Perspective hoodie. I'm now afraid I might get out of the country, but not get back in. Just crossing Alberta. You'll be fine. Thank you so much for that. And Heartsinger for $5. Wahoo! Yeah, we can celebrate you and the Blue Jays, both champions. Absolutely. Blue Jays secured the division title today. So congratulations to the Toronto Blue Jays. I was wondering if they were going to kind of choke that out at the end, but I'm glad they didn't pull a page of the Maple Leafs book. Lost Art sent one Northern Perspective membership. Thank you very much for that. And Cat C for $7. Would Carney trigger an election? So I think if they see that the government is going to fall next year, I think they will trigger an election. I think if they see that the government is going to fall this year,
they'll let the Conservatives do it.
I think they're going to wait and let them do it, and that way they can say, "Oh, clutching their pearls. We're trying to build Canada, and they voted the government down.
They're blocking everything, and they
Punish
voted
them.
down our budget." Yeah.
Punish them.
Yeah.
So, and like they're, yeah.
Look inside yourself, Rosie.
Like, that's what they'll say. Look inside yourself, Pierre, is what they'll say. Daniel Legault for $2.79. Thank you very much. Paul Barnett dropping 5 memberships. Thank you very, very much, Paul. Rabbit Saves for $5. Could you imagine if they release the budget like last time and there isn't enough people left in the House to hold quorum and the government fell by accident? Can you imagine? That's only if they hold a vote on it, but yeah.
That would be pretty bad, though.
Yes, it
Not
would.
to have quorum. Yeah.
Lazarus Taxon Humanus for $30. Thank you very, very much.
Oh, sorry. YouTube skipped this one. Thank you very much to Rick Groves with a $200 super chat. It says, congratulations on your milestone. Love your content, your integrity, and of course, your cats. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we love our cats too. And we hope you guys like the little emojis with them if you're a member.
I need more positive memes because all my memes are incredulous.
I will destroy you.
Yeah.
You will be destroyed!
Yeah, that's it.
That's not appropriate
No,
one for that. Stephen C. member for 19 months. Thank you very much. Congrats on 200K. You two loving the ride.
Thank you.
So are we. Grim Greybeer for $5. Cheers to Northern Perspective. 200,000. Thank you.
Thank you.
Marion Dudenhofer member for 5 months. Congratulations. Good to see so many supporting independent media. Yes, it is. Truly is. Ruby Deny for $20. I can't afford to donate much even though I want to. 56-year-old woman working 2 jobs to try and keep my house. I'm so grateful for Northern Perspective. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
And as we always say, please take care of yourself first. I think the best way that we can all get involved is to do the work at the ground level, like the political activism, if you're able to. Write your MP, write other MPs, get involved in your EDA, volunteer when it's election time, and even when it's not election time, they need volunteers year round. So if you can get involved, and that's what's going to make a difference in our democracy. YouTube's skipped a few here. We have Lazarus Taxon Humanus.
No, I got that one.
Oh, you got that one? Okay. And then we have a $50 super chat from Lib Polyprix. It says, I hope you make it into the history books. I know Northern Perspective is making a change. Honestly, folks, that's what you give. Keep it up.
Thank you
very
very
much. I really appreciate that.
And we have Adam Canadian for $2. We need 42 million subs. Let's go, NP Nation. If we can get that, then it would definitely be a majority government. I can tell you that. John Gauthier for $5. Congrats on 200K subs. You guys rock. The more subs you have, the faster they will accumulate. Will we be getting some committee live streams?
Soon.
Yes.
Very soon. I think we got back from Ottawa and then we're like, okay, we got to start getting everything ready for the 200K. And I think probably within the next couple weeks.
And yeah, the trick is there was mainly 3 committees we were following last time just because that's where all the main issues were. But
now
that's
everywhere.
exploded.
Yeah.
It's exploded everywhere. So.
Well, and the nice thing is we get some emails sometimes from some of the staffers that we've worked with to arrange interviews in the past.
And they'll give us a heads up.
Yeah, they'll be like, hey, they're talking about such and such in that committee today.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You may want to take a look. Yeah.
I mean, we're not always able to do it, but it is definitely nice to have the heads up.
100%. Ryan Herbert for $28. Congratulations from our family to yours. Thank you very much. And John Dermott for, dropping 5 memberships. Thank you. And Marion Drinkwalter for $5. I totally loved Cypher and Fox. He had great hair. Yeah, right? Just kidding. Fox's hair was fuller and prettier. Congrats again. Well done.
I didn't do it today. I just kind of let it go free.
All right, let's see where we're at. Got that. Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the next behind the scenes portion of the show. So you can introduce this.
Sure. So we started getting requests for a behind the scenes tour of this studio probably back in May. And it wasn't complete yet. There's a lot of work that we needed to do. Harmony Basements did a phenomenal job. Everything was absolutely beautiful, but we had a lot of fixtures and things that we had to put in ourselves for like running the show. And also we were waiting for the sign. So now that it's in, we were able to do a tour. So check this out. Hi NP Nation, welcome to the behind the scenes tour of Northern Perspective. As you can see, we are now located in the basement, but let's take a look at the studio. So we've got this big, huge hall here that we decided to start decorating with some of the political photos that we've taken over the years as being part of Northern Perspective. These are all the politicians we've met, some of the events that we've gone to. It's been an absolute blast, and as you can see, although we've blurred his face, but Vincent's come along with us for some of it too. Further down the hallway, we have our washroom, and we also have some more photos of political events and political people that we've been meeting. Now, behind this door is the main studio, so let's go in and check it out. So this is our main set that you see in most of our Northern Perspective episodes. Ryan and I sit in these two chairs here, and I absolutely love talking about this table because my dad and I made it ourselves. We made it from cherry wood that we sanded and prepped, and then Ryan attached the legs for me. As you can probably tell, I'm a bit of a comic book nerd, so all of our comic books are down in this shelf down here. But I want to show you this special one, which was $300, and it was signed by Frank Miller himself. So yes, Scott Reed, you have a bit of a rival for being a comic book nerd, and that is me. Here's Ryan's infamous cowboy hat. It hangs out here while we are not filming or at events. And we have over here this beautiful sign that was made for us by Art Signs here in Hamilton. They did a phenomenal job, and we absolutely love it. This is what we've been waiting for to do the studio tour, so here it is. So in terms of equipment, we have two Shure SM7DB mics. These are the exact same ones that Joe Rogan uses. They have a built-in amplifier, so they're nice and compact and small. You guys may remember the other ones from a while ago that were nice and long, and then they had an amplifier on the back of it, that big blue part. So this is all in the same mic now. And we also have this stream deck here that Ryan uses to control the show. This is especially important when we're live. This is what provides all the memes for everybody. So many of you will see our cats very often on the live streams. They're not typically allowed in here unless we're doing Sunday night live streams, and sometimes they like to hide out down here. And I wanted to show you one more thing that we like to keep in here because we are actual nerds. We have this scabbard that was signed by Elijah Wood himself. Those of you who are Lord of the Rings fans will notice this as Sting from the movies. One of the unique challenges that this particular studio had for us was that we had no opposite wall. The opposite wall is very far away. It's probably 20 feet away. So we needed a screen to look at while we were working. And we found the solution, which was to have a fold-up TV stand, which folds up into the ceiling. Check it out. Now I won't hit my head on it when I'm trying to walk by. It's especially important when the cameras are not on this set, when they're on that set, because there have been instances where we will bump right into the TV, so we just fold it up into the ceiling. One of the things that we have in this basement studio that we did not have upstairs in the studio that had the red wall is this. This is sound treatment, so it helps capture the sound and helps prevent it bouncing around and echoing into the mics. So we have lots of sound panels here. These are also sound panels on each side of the logo, and we have them up in the ceiling too. So this is where all of our editing and the show running happens. This is Ryan's workstation where he does all of the editing, where he pulls clips, where he pulls articles, where he does everything. That machine down there is an absolute beast. I don't know what's in it. That's more Ryan's department, but it runs everything. Now the great thing about having all this room in the basement is that we have 2 separate sets. We have another set that is used exclusively or almost exclusively for when we have interview guests come over. One of the drawbacks from the upstairs studio, the one with the red wall, was that it was very, very small. It was a small spare bedroom that we turned into an office/studio, and it really could not accommodate guests well. So down here, we have a completely separate set for guests. One of the pieces of decor that we absolutely love that we received from a viewer was from Tracy. He made this on his CNC machine, and it is a Vincent Visits Parliament plaque, and it says Vincent, Tanya, and Ryan, #1 bestsellers. So here it is. This is our interview set. We also affectionately call it the coffee table set. And this is where we interview members of Parliament, senators, and other notable figures in Canadian politics. This was another sign that was made by Art Signs, the same folks who did the large sign on the back wall of the main set. And we absolutely love it. We feel it ties the whole space together. And we have this warm fireplace because this is a basement and it does get a little chilly down here. So this is our odds and ends bookshelf. Most of it's not visible when we're filming, but it is all here. It's various items that we've collected as well as books over the course of not only our lifetimes, but also doing Northern Perspective. I have a few books that I'd like to point out. We have Hold the Line by Tamara Litch up top. We also have Axing the Tax by Franco Terrazzano on the bottom here. And then the Canadian Constitution 2nd edition by Adam Dodek in the middle. We also have our book, Vincent Visits Parliament, which you can find right there. One more book I want to mention is the House of Commons Practice and Procedure, also known as the Green Book. We keep it right here, and when we need it, we refer to it. We also do have our YouTube 100,000 viewer award here. So welcome to the Hamilton Street Bar. This sign actually is a real decommissioned City of Ottawa sign that we got, I believe it was in 2024 when we went to Ottawa on one of our first trips. And you can buy decommissioned Ottawa signs through the city's website. So we bought the one that said Hamilton Street, and here it is. One of my favorite things inside the studio is this sign. It is an old election sign from Pierre Poilievre that was brought to us by John and his wife Bridget when they saw us in Ottawa, and they had a few signatures on there from some of the local candidates. We decided to keep up with the tradition, and any of the Conservative parliamentarians that come for an interview in studio sign the sign for us. So this has become our guest book. For example, we have Connie Cody's signature here. We have Larry Brock's signature here. I think this one was Ned Keurig, and this one here is Leo Husako's. So because we have 2 sets, we needed 2 televisions so that we could refer to clips or anything else that we might need to run the show. This TV was donated by my parents. They were actually looking to get rid of it, and we said, hey, we'll take that off your hands for you. But the nice thing about this television is that the cable from the TV runs all the way up through the bulkhead and into Ryan's computer on the other side of the bookshelf, so he can control it through the computer. And the Stream Deck that he uses to control it is in the corner by that plant. And that's it. Thanks everybody for visiting. We hope you enjoyed our behind the scenes tour of Northern Perspective's new studio. And there it is, folks. That's our basement studio. We hope you enjoyed it.
And one thing that we wanted to show, and I got a text a couple days ago about this to remind us, but we didn't need reminding, is that Tracy, the wonderful man that actually made that plaque for our book, he actually sent this a long time ago, and this was, I think he sent this shortly after our 100.
No, this was during the election, because remember we met Tracy when we went to Kitchener to help support Kelly DeRitter's campaign.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So,
and you know, I felt so bad when Tracy gave it to us. It's like, I don't know if we'll ever hit 200.
And he's like, you'll hit it. You'll hit it. And he proved to be right. He proved to be right. And it's amazing because YouTube's next plaque is at 1 million. So it's actually quite something to have something at 200,000. So thank you so much, Tracy.
And we're going to find a place for it on our bookshelf. Absolutely.
You will see that somewhere in the set when we actually get it. So yeah, when we designed this place, it was very thought out. It was very methodical. Again, shout out to Harmony Basements. You know, some of the contractors that we brought over to discuss the requirements, they were here for about 20-30 minutes and gave us a quote and left. And Diego from Harmony Basements was here for 3 hours. We actually we weren't prepared for that.
But he wanted to make sure that everything was right, because this is a very unique space. I think when they're typically going into doing basements, it's, you know, oh, we want a laundry room here and maybe like a built-in kitchen down here and this and that. But this was very specific. It was a studio, and there's cables running all over the place inside these walls, and they were able to do absolutely everything that we needed.
Yeah, and you know, running HDMI conduit, and there's USB cables coming through the walls, so you don't see them on the interview set. And it was something, but it was amazing that they were able to do it. And so many times they were, you know, they'd run into a challenge, and they'd say, well, you know, I could do it this way, or I could do it this way. I said, which way is cheaper? And they would say this way. I said, which way is the right way? They said, well, this way. I said, okay, well, if we're going to do this, then we're doing it right. Because one of the things that we had to take into account is it's not just us that are going to be seeing this. It's parliamentarians, professionals,
and it's
politicians.
all of you, right? You guys can see. I mean, you're kind of limited with the camera view and what you can see where we're filming right now, but like, you guys see the basement, you see into our home, and we wanted to make sure that the lighting was right and that the sound capture was right and that everything worked properly. Well,
and we wanted people that were coming into it, especially politicians, when they entered, we wanted them to know that we're not messing around. Like, if I'm going to be completely honest, that we're not messing around, that we're trying to do this in as unprofessional, independent way as possible. And we want them, when they come in here, to see, okay, these aren't just a couple of jokers. They're serious at what they're doing. I feel comfortable. You know, that's one of the things that we wanted to make sure. And Diego and his team and everybody, all the contractors that supported him in getting this done in record time, let me tell you that. Has been just absolutely phenomenal. So it does help that I have 20 years of IT knowledge as well. So
Devin says CBC has a crying room. I think our crying room is probably that room under the stairs where the cats go and hide.
It's where we send the CBC employees that end up coming over, if they ever end up coming over. Been hearing that some folks are having some difficulty in entering the contest. So I'm wondering if it's because everybody's doing it at the same time. That's one of the benefits of us having this go the whole week. So some people are having no issue. I've seen 294 people actually register. So my suggestion is if you want to keep trying tonight, please do so. In the meantime, after the stream, I'm going to contact the vendor that is hosting this, and I'll put a question into them, and I'll keep everybody updated on our YouTube site if there's any potential issues or if there's any further instructions for folks. But hopefully over the course of the next week, the volume will die down, and hopefully that anti-spam error will dissipate and you'll be able to enter, no problem.
So Barnaby is telling me behind the scenes that if you fill it out and the math question doesn't load first, you get the spam message. So wait for the math question to load itself and then fill in your information.
Okay. Thank you.
So that may be a solution.
So that's possible. So okay. I want to make sure that we're okay. So far we're on track somehow. We're on track. We will get back to some of the administrative items here. Okay. No doubt YouTube will skip some. John Darwent dropping 5 memberships. Thank you very, very much for that. Ritz Flying Circus for 762. Locked and loaded for 500K. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I love your optimism. Leaf Busby for $7. I heard from a teacher the other day there is no school food program. In fact, they can't even get pencils for the students who are from refugee families. You are correct. There is no school food program.
But they want to introduce one.
Yet they keep talking about it like it exists.
Well, because isn't there like a framework in the background?
There's a framework, but nothing's happened yet. Like nothing's happened yet. So they're talking like all these schools all over the country are participating in the school food program, and they're not, because it doesn't. That's why Pierre was saying before it doesn't exist, because it doesn't. Hasn't been rolled out yet. Neo for $7, soon to be 1 million subs. Congratulations. Thank you very much. And I appreciate your optimism even more. Needs Aim for $20. Thank you very much. Congratulations on 200K subscribers. Thank you. Randy Reed. Randy!
Have you been hanging out with Randy?
With a $70 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the hard work. I am very worried for my grandchildren paying for this government's mistakes. Hopefully, this government won't have a lot more time to make those mistakes, and we can flip the switch on this. Small-minded for $5. Congrats on this awesome milestone. Thank you so much. And thanks for everybody that's joining us for this. It really means a lot. Michael Harry, member for 8 months. Thank you very much. Okay, now you have to do a Bob and Doug parody intro for Christmas. I'm fine to do that. I don't know if Tanya will be, but we'll see.
No, because I have no idea what that is, so I'm not going to agree to it yet.
I'll just make Tanya watch Strange Brew and some SCTV, and then we'll be fine. Revis Ace for $5. Do you know why they put pom-poms on the top of French sailors' hats? It's to stop people from hurting their heads of French ships back in the day.
Oh, interesting.
Given Revis's track record on comedy, I will abstain from believing him or not. I will fact check that after.
Well, you've been in the height. Like, it's got low ceilings.
Yeah, it's
if you even want to call
small.
them ceilings, like, yeah.
Kokodani for dropping 5 memberships. Thank you very, very much. Peter Witten for $5. Woo woo who? Woo woo. Oh. Woo 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 cuckoo. I guess my brother Bob McKenzie is demanding one. Perfect for the Great White North, eh? Take off, you hosers. My brother's a genius, eh? He hooked up our stereo. Lazarus for $10. So we have the government's budget officer say Canada will bankrupt if the Libs continue spending like they are. Starting to see why they want to take away firearms. That's one theory. Scott Clark for $20. Congrats on making 200,000. I am late arrival to your channel and appreciate your honesty and continual attempts at being fact-based with your commentary. I enjoy the YouTube videos and the live chats.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Wolfers SS for $10. The Liberals and their supporters should not get smug about Canada being relatively better than the rest of the countries. Ernest Hemingway once said, how you go bankrupt 2 days gradually then suddenly, or 2 ways gradually then suddenly. Well, and that's why I said during the video, I said this is going to be the talking points. They're going to be like, we're doing better than everybody else, and that's it. That's all they're going to say.
Well, and like the budget officer said, you can be, what did he say, 200 pounds, and you're better off than your friends who are 400 pounds
and bedridden.
But you know, it's still not healthy to be like that.
But what he also said is we're on our way to being bedridden.
Yeah.
So Clark Armour for $28. Thank you very much. Congrats on your 200K. You guys are awesome. You've taught me a lot about politics. Keep up the great work. Excellent. That's what we'd like to hear. Don B, member for 18 months. You've earned trust and open minds, made people aware of who's doing what and why in our government. For that, thank you, Northern Perspective. And thank you, Don B, because on every video I see a comment that says, thank you, Northern Perspective, and it's from Don B. So thank you very much. Ender Gate, member for 23 months. Thank you very much. Jessica Man Luke for $7. You guys should interview Stephen Harper and Daniel Smith. I know they are probably both very busy, but I hope you guys will get them on soon. Stephen Harper is very difficult to get a hold of, just because of his schedule. And Daniel Smith, we'll see. But later tonight, you are going to see a snippet of an interview with Deputy Leader of the Conservative Party of Canada, Melissa Lanceman. So that's coming up. Jason Barrett, member for 13 months. We love to see this day when you hit over 200K with a knack to inform, to whom so many people adorn. Let's continue to make this Carnival, go away.
I love it. Thank you.
I love Jason's poems.
I know you have the best poems. Thank you.
Christine May, member for 18 months. Thank you very much. Congrats on the 200K. Nice being here for each milestone. Here's to 300K.
Thank you.
Cheers. Will Kalchuk, there he is, member for 21 months. Love you all. Keep up the good work. Got your back. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Andrew for $2. Thanks again. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Lazarus for $10. Everyone needs to look up what happens to Canadians if Canada went bankrupt and even ChatGPT and show it to any liberals you know. It'll show them what happens to everything they own. Well, and that's if they say, well, this is just conservative propaganda. You're conspiracy theorists. That's what they'll say. Never mind the parliamentary budget officer is saying, you got to make some decisions now. Fierce Philly, member for 17 months. Thank you very much. Congrats. Much love from Dawson City, Yukon. Love you guys.
Hey, that's where they found all those films.
Yep.
The Dawson City Film Find. That was one of my trivias a while back.
Used to be a... oh, no, I'm thinking of Dawson's Creek, not Dawson City.
No, but when they uncovered this, I think it was a skating rink that they were going to dig into a pool, and they found like all these silent era films, and it was like they were recovering a piece of history. It was a huge find.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Actually, first they wanted to make sure it didn't blow up because it was all silver nitrate films, which are very, very flammable and explosive.
You will be destroyed!
Exactly. So if you have some time, look up that story. It's quite fascinating.
Want to make it up to the Yukon at some point. It's on the list. Daniel T for 279. Congrats on 200K, upwards and onwards to 300K. Thank you very much. Janet Bassingwaith for $7. Thank you very much. Unacceptable Fringe. Welcome, Derek, for $10. 200K. Congrats on the stellar achievement. Keep up the great work, guys. Hit the like button, folks. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you very, very much. Derek and his lovely wife. Troy Boyarsky for $10. Started watching when you still had the voice modulators, became a member after you ditched them.
They were bad.
Yeah.
They were bad.
Keep up the great work, team. NP family, rocking it. Thank you very much. Thanks for tolerating us. And we have Michelle for $28. Thank you. Congratulations. I've been away for a while due to a death in the family, but happy to be back. I'm wondering why Ryan is wearing a cowboy hat. It does suit you. Oh, you have some catching up to do, Michelle. You have some catching up to do.
So Ryan went to Calgary back in the summer to interview Damien Kurek, and the day that he was there, he was mostly outside scoping out the place he was going to be filming and setting up the cameras and doing the interview and all that. He got such an awful sunburn on his head, and I said, just go buy a hat. Like, go buy a cowboy hat. Stampede's in town, go buy a cowboy hat, right? And I
had two Calgarians adopt me against my, well, not really against my will,
your will,
but they didn't give me a choice.
And you're very grateful to make their acquaintance.
Oh, they're amazing. They've become good friends since, and can't wait to go back and see them in January, and then again in the summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, my problem is when you're securing a spot to interview somebody in a public place,
especially a place you don't know very well,
that you've never been,
that
you've never been, and you're relying on Google Satellite View to say, there looks all right.
Yeah, we're not successful enough to get like a location scout or anything.
No. So I figured, okay, if I can snag one of these picnic tables, then that would be good. So in order to try and do that, I got there fairly early. It was like an hour and a half before the interview started because I want to make sure I secured a spot, because I didn't want to be in the situation where Damien Kurek shows up and I'm sitting there on the ground saying, sorry, Damien, all the picnic tables are taken. I got nothing. So I was out there just
sitting around,
holding my spot in the Calgary sun with the head that I have. So I was baked by the end. So, but the next day, thank goodness I had a hat. Viradel 648 for $2. Canada Post needs to change delivery to every second day.
Yeah, that would be feasible if they don't do the community mailbox thing, just doing it every other day or twice a week. I mean, truth be told, we have one of those community mailboxes, and I usually only check it once a week.
Yeah. Because it's mostly flyers.
Well, and to be honest, I forget half the time.
Dudu for $20. Congratulations on your 200K subscribers. You all worked very hard and sacrificed so much to inform Canadians on the truth about the corruption on our country, from the original puppets to 200K subscribers. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Dudu's been a long time viewer as well. Gordon Gale for $20. Congrats. It is because of you two that my wife understands things that I talk about. Keep it up.
Awesome. Thank you. Glad to hear
I know
it.
the challenge, and I'm happy to be of service. Yevon Gendro, member for 14 months. Wow, 14 months. We all knew you were going to hit 200K way faster than 100K. You two are amazing, and it brings us all amazing education about our system. Thank you, and it's well deserved. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we're excited for the 250 if we can get that high, because then it's like $250,000.
Yeah, then we can say
Yeah.
$250,000. That's we'll see.
That's pretty cool.
We'll see.
We'll keep doing what we keep doing. So.
Dudu, member for 25 months. How does it feel knowing you are beating CBC? Haha. Feels great.
I was gonna say it probably felt pretty great to take a dig at them too.
It was something. It was something when the stream cut off after they.
That was
I'll
very
call them mainstream
interesting.
media, but
I was so mad because it was maybe a few days before Marion gave birth, and so she was talking to me on the phone, and then I was like, "Oh, I gotta let you go because Ryan's asking the question now," and then they just cut the question, and I was like, "Did our internet just fail?"
And then Tanya said,
Oh, come on!
Yeah. And so I was like, "Oh, I gotta check Pierre's channel," and sure enough, it was fine on his channel.
but no doubt after I said it, I gave CBC this.
Emotional damage.
I don't
So-
think they were too happy.
Yeah, I don't think they were happy at all. Debbie Oxman, welcome to NTP supported. Thank you very much. Rebel Bran, time out. Rebel Bran Branislav Verbaski, thank you very much for 279. Cheers to the next 200K. Keep up the great work.
Thank you very much.
And Derek Macbeth for 60 Mexican pesos, I think. Thank you very much. Okay, now I'm angry. The entry form spam filter is blocking my entry, probably because I'm in Mexico.
It could be. We've also had someone tell us behind the scenes that if you are using a VPN, try turning it off. And then again, if you are loading the page, wait until that math question at the bottom loads and then start filling in your information. And we'll see if that works.
At least the sound is fine. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, the sound is fine tonight.
Yeah. Jim V, member for 23 months. Great job, you two. Keep up the good work. Onwards to 500K. Thank you. Libby T for $20. Have you had a chance to look at Bill C8? Looks really bad. I hope it doesn't pass. So we've started to. There will be a video that we're putting out this week on C8. From the initial analysis, it's incomplete. It looks like what the Liberals have done is they took Bill C63 and they went chop, 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 and they took out these sections and put them in their own individual bills, because I recognize a lot of what's in C8 from C63. From what I've seen so far, and I say so far, there's nothing to do with censorship, but the concerning part is the government gaining control of the telecommunications grid and getting any of your data from the telecom providers as well as the banks
Without a warrant.
without telling you. And you would never know if they don't want you to know. So I haven't looked through all of it, but that's what I've seen so far. So yes, it's concerning, and the full analysis will be out this week. Gamma Zoo for $5. This is a special day. Congrats. Shh, don't tell my hubby. This is my very first super chat. My photo is my rescue parrot hugs holding a PP sign.
Aw, that's so cute.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Oh, look at this. Look.
That's funny.
That's
Awesome.
so cute.
That's awesome.
Aw.
Doo-doo, tell your parrot not to tell your hubby too. Super chat. Doo-doo for $2. Woo, fellow comic book nerds. Love it.
Thank you. I haven't had as much time in the past few years as I would like to read my comic books, but I do have quite the collection. I don't even think they're all on the shelf. I was looking at it today because we filmed the video earlier today, and I was like, where's all my Walking Dead comics? So they're somewhere in this house.
They are somewhere in a box. Peter Witten for $5. Your studio is amazing. I love how you are reinvesting in progress. We believe in the same at our shop. Absolutely. Only the finest, complete with kitty condos. Yes.
That was an IKEA thing. We bought it. Oh my gosh, we bought that. We call it his hidey hole. We bought that a while ago. It was back in the old studio too, if you guys remember. Sometimes we'd have a camera aimed at it, and our other cat Marilyn used to sleep in it. But we catch Pazuzu in there sometimes. The girls didn't like it. Like our old cat Kitty, who was a female, she didn't like it, and Pixel doesn't seem to like it, but the boys did.
And Rebel Branislav Verboski for $2.79. Wow, nice setup. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And Rob Kmar for 21 months. Love the BTS of NP Nation Mission Control. Congrats on 200K. Here's to 300K and more. Thank you very much. And Frenchie for $14. Good for you. Good for you guys. Love your studio. Bought my first NP hoodies. Keep going. Love your work. Excellent. Thank you very much. And I'm going to pause here. I'm going to press this button. Hopefully it does what I want it to, because I haven't used it in a long time. But we're just going to take a moment just to remind everybody about our children's book, Vincent Visits Parliament. We wrote it in honor of our son, and but the goal is to look at educating the next generation of Canadians, because we know the school system isn't set up to do that when it comes to Parliament, when it comes to civics. So we decided to write our children's book, Vincent Visits Parliament, in order to actually do that. So hopefully this is going to work.
Meet Vincent, a little boy with big questions. Join him and his two playful pups as they explore Parliament Hill, meet Canada's leaders, and discover how the laws that shape our country are made. Proudly written, illustrated, and published by Canadians for Canadians, Vincent Visits Parliament is the perfect book to inspire the next generation of Canadian leaders. Order your copy today.
Thank you very much to our friend Bob Bertina for narrating that commercial for us. We really appreciate it. We love Bob's soft, smooth, silky voice.
He was on the radio.
He
He has
is,
the
yeah.
golden voice. So it was interesting giving him directions on what to say and how to say it. So, but amazing that he did that for us. So, but this is the book, folks, and you can get it at Amazon, Indigo, or Pandemonium Publishing, and
it is available in French as well.
100%.
And then as soon as Canada Post sorts out their what would you call it?
Shenanigans?
Disagreement. Then we will be able to ship signed copies again, but we're not shipping signed copies right now, and I'm honestly very thankful that we didn't have any in the mail because of this strike. So when that's all sorted, we will do signed copies again. You'll find those on the website. But until then, you can get an unsigned copy through Amazon, Indigo, or Pandemonium Publishing House.
And hold on to it, because who knows when we'll be in your area and we can sign it for you in person.
Absolutely.
So. Sherry Bailey for $14. Congratulations on 200K. Thank you for your true and honest reporting on Canadian politics. Thank you.
Thank you. It's our pleasure.
And Nick Skuse, member for 12 months. My nephew loved your book. That's funny that you're saying that.
Awesome.
It was also a pleasure to meet you in Stony Creek. Your work is admirable and immensely valued. Thank you.
Thank you.
YouTube skipped on moi. There we go. RC for $7. Must be very confirming you're on the right track when they cut your mic while asking a pure question. Love to hear both. Keep going. Yeah, I was shocked. Like Tony had told me right away. They cut your question. I was like, what? And then I just started telling everybody in the press gallery, like, this is what they did, and everyone kind of freaked out. So, Janker for $2 for this gorgeous studio. Congrats. Thank you very much. Thank you. Rabbit says for $5. At least if you ever get Carney on set, you can also ask you to look inside yourself and stuff. And the best part is, Rabbit says, is it will be asking him to sign our Pierre Poilievre guest book. That would be the icing on the cake.
Oh yeah, because he's
a parliamentarian.
Is it just for conservative parliamentarians, or is it for all parliamentarians?
It's for all parliamentarians.
All right, I don't think he.
Mr. Carney, would you like to sign our guest book? Can you imagine? I don't know. Look inside yourself, Mark. Look inside yourself.
Well, and it's for past parliamentarians as well. I imagine if we
we can get Dan and
friends,
Bob.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. If they would like to sign it.
Wendy, welcome to MP Supporter. Thank you very much. Endergate dropping 5 memberships. Thank you very, very much for that. Snowdrift for $5. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Autistic Avenger for $5. Thank you. Will Kowalchuk dropping 20 memberships. Thank you very much, Will. And Phil Oliver with a $279 super chat. Holy moly. Thank you so much, Phil. Southern Alberta rancher here. I've been watching since the Fox and Cypher avatars. The wife and kids now follow you guys, and they're constantly bringing in new followers. Keep up the great work, NP. Congratulations on 200K. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So much.
We appreciate your generosity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cannot thank you folks enough. Come to the Stampede next year, and we'd be honored to meet you in person. So,
Vincent's so excited to go on a plane.
Yes, he is.
Oh my goodness.
I am not excited to go on a plane.
No, you don't like flying.
The Excalibur 45 for 279. Congrats on 200K. Thanks for all the hard work. Thank you very much. And how dare you? I mean, that's what
I told you to get that name, and you're like, no, not for one name.
How dare you? For $2. Congrats, kids. Sending love from my tiny grandma in Alberta. I love that name. It's one of my favorite ones. Rhonda Manson for $279. Thank you very much. Mark Lashinsky for $7. Congrats from Coaldale, Alberta. Thank you very much. All of our wonderful friends out west. And HD Dave for $10. Don't have a ton to give just lately. Recommending your content to some family south of the border today on my visit. Thinking about pursuing politics after some serious conversations today. Rip Charlie Kirk. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. And yeah, definitely get involved. Your EDA, I think, is probably the best place to start if you're thinking about getting into politics. And like the president and what other roles? Like, because you were...
Oh, there's treasury. There's... you can just be on the board as a board member, like a voting board member. And
these people can help you kind of like on your journey in politics, because there's like a lot of steps that you have to do before you can actually even run in the nomination race. Get in good with those folks and they'll be able to help you out.
And Isabel H., welcome to NP Supporter. Thank you very, very much. And Bubble Avenue, which with a interesting, different YouTube name. Congratulations. What an achievement. Thank you both for all your hard work. Been rewatching the archives. You've come so far. Great to see so many regulars still tuning in. Such a great community. Yeah, that's the amazing thing, is there's so many people that were here for the first live stream in June of 2023 that are still here. Like that's...
I remember that we were trying to figure out how to make those ridiculous looking puppets, like the version 1, actually move and do stuff live.
It was garbage.
It was garbage.
It was garbage.
This is so much better. So. Thank you to John McDonald with a $5 super chat. It says, congrats on the 200K. To show I'm open-minded, I completely agree with the person Carney's appointed as the PBO. His committee appearance was awesome.
Indeed.
He did a really good job.
Okay, folks. I think it's time. It's time for a sneak peek at our chat with Melissa Lanceman. Now, this was cut for time, so if you see some things kind of jumpy, that's why. But this is basically just to give a bit of a preview on what the conversation was about. It's around 30 minutes in total in the full interview, but the preview is just a little under 6 minutes. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Deputy Leader Melissa Lanceman.
Melissa Lanceman, welcome to Northern Perspective.
I am so happy to be here. Long-time listener, first-time caller. And I'm excited to have a chat and have your audience get something from this.
So you've worked around the political sphere for a long time. I read up you speak 3 languages. Is that correct?
I do. 3.5. Depends who you ask.
So you speak English, you speak French, you speak Russian.
I do. My parents were from Ukraine, and they were Russian speakers from there. And my grandparents spoke Russian to me, and my dad, up until the time where he passed away, spoke Russian to me, and I answered in English. So lost a little bit of that, and I speak a functional Hebrew.
Wow. Well, I will say spasiba for joining us on Northern Perspective.
Mr. Rabbit.
That's thank you in Russian, everybody. And I've exhausted my Russian right there. So let's just talk about how growing up in this community, how did you end up getting involved in politics and then specializing in communication?
You know, it's super interesting. I'll tell you this because there's a lot of people in this community that would feel the same way. So my parents are immigrants from the former Soviet Union. They came here in the mid 70s, so it would have been 50 years last year that they would have been here. They've both since passed away. So I talk about them a lot because they're a big part of what shaped my worldview, as most families would be. And not in a million years would they think that moving to a new country without the language, that their kid could be like in the hallways of power in Ottawa. It was just like a non-starter for them.
Just for everybody listening, I've had the pleasure of door knocking with Melissa, I think twice now, at one of Connie Cody's events and one of Ned Keurik's events. And there's actually, I think that's one of the biggest similarities between you and Pierre is how you're like on camera in these settings is very similar to how you're like off camera. And it's that authenticity that I think has drawn a lot of new supporters to the Conservatives, because that's what's been missing in politics, I think, especially in the Liberal Party for the last 10 to 15 years. So is that by accident, or is that just...
No, look, I think being compared to Pierre and then some of the Conservative politicians that came before us to pave the way, I think is an incredible honor. And one of the things that I find super inspiring and interesting about Pierre specifically is like the fact that he's been able to like grow this coalition of people who were not particularly conservative, not particularly interested, not in the bucket of like what our traditional support looks like. And I think a lot of that has been drawn out of people because of the authentic factor. Like he says things that the way that they are, like they're super thought out. And I don't think that he, I don't think you can accuse him of ever, dropping a policy that hasn't been thought out meticulously and even discussed internally with those around him and those in our caucus. But I think that's like the new way of doing politics. I think the stuffy suit talking points, even though I'm kind of wearing a suit right now, the talking points nature of politics is gone. Like I think the most successful people are those that were brought up by the community that elects them to go and represent the community.
Mark Carney, seemingly on a whim, decided to recognize Palestine as a state with conditions, but the conditions were, do you commit to trying to fulfill these conditions? And that was it. And that came out of nowhere for a lot of Canadians. It seemed to come out of nowhere even for the legacy media. So what is, your reaction to that this wasn't discussed in the House, wasn't debated? Yeah, look, I couldn't explain to you how frustrating it is to be a parliamentarian, to not be part of the discussions of policy decisions going forward in a country. This is just the last one. I'm just going to say it outright. This is stupid, and more than it's stupid, it's dangerous. And it rewards the very terror that this country purportedly stands against. And it makes the situation very dangerous and very divided on our streets. And we've seen tons of that over the course of the last 23 months, particularly in this country. Look, when you put conditions on something, they obviously should be preconditions. Like you have to remember that the recognition of the Palestinian state with the government that's now in place should have us, from a policy perspective, listing them as a state sponsor of terror the very next day. The reward for terror of a man who is in the 20th year of his 4-year mandate, who has set up a martyrs fund to reward those who carry out terrorist attacks against innocent civilians, men, women, and children. A regime that is ingrained in government, the Hamas, who kills babies and throws, subjugates women and throws people off of roofs. And I just don't understand how a country rooted in freedom and democracy and the rule of law and everything that is supposed to be the antithesis of life right now in the Palestinian Authority, how we could possibly recognize that without, first of all, conversation, but how we can never recognize that to begin with. It makes no sense to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by the parliamentary page boy, Pazuzu.
So that's Melissa. That was about 6 minutes, and there's a lot more in that interview in terms of why she got into politics and her background and her community. So you get to really know her a little bit more as a person. And we talk about Mark Carney's conflicts of interest and some other things. So it's going to drop tomorrow, probably, depending on if anything
Crazy happens.
Unless anything crazy happens tomorrow, which who knows with this fall session. But it will be coming soon. So keep an eye out for that. It will be available for everybody. So keep an eye out for that, and please share the heck out of it. Thank you so much, everybody. Make sure that we're keep going here. Okay. So one more order of business that we have before we finish off the administrative stuff.
This cat is being so affectionate. I think he's hungry.
Yeah, probably. Is to talk about our petition one more time. I'm pretty sure every single person in the stream has already signed it, but ladies and gentlemen, E6790, the petition to try to force the Liberal Party to end all of the EV mandates. This is about choice. It's not about killing EVs. It's about allowing Canadians, wherever they may live, to exercise their judgment and buy the vehicle that is right for them, whether they're in the city, whether they are in a rural area, or somewhere in between, because these are not the vehicles that every Canadian should be driving.
Right. Some people might choose to, and that's perfectly fine, but you shouldn't be forced to.
So if you haven't signed it yet, please sign it. The link is at the top of every video we've dropped recently. And if you haven't shared it, please share it. This is a non-partisan petition. This has nothing to do with Conservatives versus Liberals. The only problem here when it comes to Liberals is they're the ones that have actually imposed the mandate, and they are thinking about it in terms of what to do next, because they've suspended the requirement for next year, but every other year after that is still in place. So we want to try and kill this for good, so that they can get out of our garage.
It's only open for signature until October the 11th. We did this like a really fast and furious petition because the Liberals are taking 60 days to think about this, and we wanted this over and done with in 30 days, and hopefully the petition sponsor, our MP Ned Keurig, can present that to the House sooner than the Liberals come back with their decision.
Yeah. So, and with every one of these victories, folks, if we can force them to drop this shows the Liberals that Canadians are in charge of this country. Not them.
You guys. Yeah.
Not them.
Exactly. It's got just over 22,000 signatures right now. Maybe I'm being a little bit ambitious, but I'm really hoping we can get it up to 50. We'll see. We need your help to sign and share it, please.
I would love it if every one of our subscribers signed it.
Yes, that would be 200,000. So. That would be amazing.
Anyway, folks, there you go. So let's get back to administration. So we have Lazarus for $2. Conspiracy theories are starting to be truths. Yeah, some of them. Leslie Robbins went for 19 months. Thank you very much. Hi, Ryan and Tanya. My mother is wondering, will there be any change or increase in support for people with disabilities, such as financial or medical assistance?
I thought that the Liberals had said there was a $200 a month increase, but I have heard some people have been having issues getting those funds. The best place to check would be your MP's office. It doesn't matter whether they're conservative, liberal, etc. Call the staff and ask the staff, and they'll be able to help you.
Spark Spice for $5. Look at everything you've built here. I hope you know how proud all of us are of you guys. Much love to your amazing family from BC. Thank you very much.
We appreciate that.
And Peter Witten for $2. Can municipal politicians sign your PR sign?
I don't know. We don't really get municipal politicians.
Well, we should follow up with
Yeah,
Mr.
we
Brad.
should. Because I think their thing is coming up. We need to call his office tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll have to decide that. Probably not, because it's typically for members of parliament. We can get a different guest book for the other politicians. So, James Halliday for $2. Hot damn! Congratulations, you rock.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, James. And Dan for $20. Congratulations on reaching 200K. Thank you very much. J. Ann Palladino for $5. You need to turn VPN off and use a different browser.
There you go. That's for the contest. So some suggestions there. Thank you.
Metalark Music for $5 on behalf of my parents who passed away this month. Congratulations on 200,000. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and we're sorry for your loss.
Marie Perrin for $5. Congrats from Ontario.
I hope more in Ontario wake up. Conservatives need a majority win. Great job, guys. So the good news is that here in Ontario, we have 52 seats that are Conservative, and this is the most number of seats, Conservative seats, that Ontario has had since Harper was in power. So Ontarians are starting to wake up, and we are starting to vote blue.
Spike and Mikey 33 with 5 memberships. Thank you very much. Maverick Mary with 5 memberships dropped as well. Thank you very, very much. And that looks like Bubble Avenue. Welcome back to MP supporter. Thank you. Mama J for member for 12 months. Congratulations, you two. I love the new studio. Thanks for the tour. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. And that video is going to go up for the members after the stream is done, so you'll be able to watch it whenever you like. Lash 63 for $2. Now I got to watch Strange Brew again. Didn't age very well, but it's still funny. So, Craig on the Prairie for $5. I'm so glad I found this amazing channel. Your insightful, fact-based, non-sensationalist approach has been a blessing over the last almost 2 years. Thank you very much for joining us. And Lainey Berkshire, welcome back to MCP supporter. Thank you. Jankor for $5. I always leave feeling hopeful and positive after the show, especially in these dark, crummy times.
Thank you. We do try.
That's the goal.
Yeah, I mean, not absolutely every show is going to be like that, unfortunately, but I don't like the feeling of bad stuff happening around me and just sitting there and being helpless. And so I don't want to make you guys feel like that either. There's always something that we can do as citizens, whether that's calling your MP's office, whether that's getting involved with your EDA, whether that's writing a letter, signing a petition. There are things that we can do. It's not hopeless.
Well, and it's why we started the channel. We were just sitting on our butts and doing, nothing.
And upset about Vincent losing his funding, being like, how can the government do this? Well, the government can get away with a lot of things if we just sit there and take it. If we don't get involved, they'll run us over.
Well, and we were sitting there hopeless, so we decided, we don't like sitting here hopeless, so we're going to do something, and we're going to try and make a difference, and here we go. Lee Busby for $5. This community is great, but we need more voices like NP asking tough questions, since mainly only tune in for PM updates on legacy media hearsay. True. Very true.
And the legacy media needs to do their job. They should be the ones asking the tough questions, and they should be the ones doing it. I don't want to say without bias, because finding a news channel without bias is almost impossible, but being as close to unbiased as humanly possible.
And when they do have a bias, declare it. Declare it, because you owe that to your viewers, especially when you're getting taxpayer money. Like, we're clear about our bias. It's literally written in the about section of our YouTube channel. So we don't hide it. We don't say, we're completely nonpartisan. No,
we're not. We're not nonpartisan. This is not a nonpartisan channel, but we believe in reporting the facts, and that's what we build our opinions on.
Pat Allen, welcome to NP supporter. Thank you very much. Craig on the Prairies for $5. Oh, I see some memes or some emojis. There is no way to adequately thank you for the positive impact you've had on my life, let alone our country. Stay awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Cypher and Fox. Thank you very much. And we have Daniel T for $7. NP Gear Adventures being asked if I work for NP or get how much they love your channel. That's funny. Awesome to see this community grow. Credit to both of you. Thank you.
You very much.
And Carol Riom for $10. Congrats to both of you. Well done to you and all of NP Nation. We will get better things by working together. Amen to that. And Scott Clark for $5. Have the 300 from Miller. This is a omnibus of Miller's Daredevil run.
Very nice. Very nice. He
Yeah.
also signed my Sin City book #1 as well, but just with the graphics and that, I didn't want to show it on the camera because of YouTube.
Yeah. And Damien McNeil dropping 10 Northern Perspective memberships. Thank you very, very much for that, Mr. McNeil. McLean Betteridge for $10. All parties should run with the Gary clip. Paint the Liberals as untrustworthy, saying one thing but doing the other just for political gain. Lack of trust with the Liberals is a non-partisan issue. I agree. It's something all the opposition parties should be able to get behind. Superior Maximus for $5. Mark Carney is Canada's deadbeat dad. He's only visiting the country 2 days a week. Congratulations. 200k subs. A gold play button at 1 million. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that's priceless. Thank you.
And Scott Clark for $2. Thank you very much for that. And we have Kate Pacey for $20. Truly enjoy your behind the scenes. Still trying to find your clothing link. My dog likes your cats because of this. He is one of your fans also. So
Thank
you can find our shop if you go to northernperspective.ca.
Is the website working?
Yeah.
Or okay.
And at the top there is a link in the menu called NP Gear that will take you to the store. So
there
you go.
We were having issues with I guess the security certificate last week.
You got to update it every once in a while or else it expires. So yeah, we just
so it looks like it's good to go now.
Yep. So anyway, folks, all amazing things must come to an end, and we are at the end of the regularly scheduled programming for tonight. So, but we've been working on prepping for the show for probably since March, and hopefully it lived up to the hype and lived up to expectations. But again, we just want to thank all of you for putting your trust in us, for spending your value time with us when you click on one of our videos, when you come on our live streams. We really can't say thank you enough, because we're just two people in Hamilton that decided to start a YouTube channel and hoped a few people would listen, and we couldn't have imagined getting to this point where we're literally talking to politicians and potentially the next prime minister of this country, and the only reason for that is because of the following that we've accumulated, because all of you put your trust in us. So thank you so much. As we said in the video, without you there would be no Northern Perspective. So thank you for your support, and hopefully you like the new intro, because that one's here to stay, folks. So anyway, thank you again, and we will see you in the comments, because this fall, oh boy, it is getting crazy, folks. Anyway, thanks for joining us tonight, and have a good night.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.